hope everyone had a great Christmas / holiday. I'm joined here by my little girl Layla. She saw me putting stuff on the table and she doesn't like to be left out of anything, so she decided to jump on top to be a part of it. We'll see how long she actually stays. I think as soon as I start doing stuff, she's gonna leave. Oh, or she'll just put her tail on my face. Oh, and goodbye. Alright, so I hope everyone had a lovely holiday. And so New Year's is coming up, and I thought, you know what? I found some really pretty ribbon at the dollar store, some cute little ribbon like that, and just some plain sparkly ribbon like this. And I thought, let's just make a New Year's outfit out of the ribbon. Let's see if we can do it. And this is not going to be anything fancy. It's probably going to fall apart after wearing it once. If you're crafty, you can definitely do it better and sew it. I'm just using a glue gun, maybe some safety pins, and just like an old bra. So it's stuff that you can find around the house and just stuff at the dollar store, super cheap. Just supposed to be fun. Just something you can do in between Christmas and New Year's. Just something you can take a photo in. If you are very good at making clothes and doing stuff, you may be able to make it so you can wear it out, but I'm just doing this for something to do and maybe take a picture in, because I don't think I'm going to do anything for New Year's. So let's get into it. Alright, so like I said, I just found an old bra, and you can find like an old bra or bathing suit that you don't mind getting ruined. And if you do want it to stay safe and not get ruined, you could just use little safety pins and clip everything on. I'm not too worried about that. I'm never going to use this again probably, so I'm just going to use the glue gun to glue it on. So just get your bra, and then you're going to take your ribbon and measure it from like one end to the other. So where the clasp is, just cut it just slightly before that, so you're still able to clasp it shut without having to add anything new on top. So let's get to cutting. Right, I got my first little piece cut to length here. So then you're going to flip the bra over, so facing the front, because that's where we're going to glue everything onto. So you're going to take your ribbon and kind of place it from side to side here. So you're just going to measure to make sure it's not covering anything where you need to clasp. So all the way across, and then we're just going to glue the ends first and then work our way into the middle to give it more definition. So just glue each end first. One thing to note before you start gluing the ribbon onto your bra, make sure the back of it is pulled as tight as possible and then glue it on. Otherwise, if you just glue it on when it's like resting, it's not gonna have this stretch to pull and wrap it on yourself. I know this because it happened to me. So pull it as much as possible, then glue it on there so you have like the maximum amount of like stretch on it. But we're also going to add ribbons at the end so you can tie it shut, so it won't be too big of a deal if it's not perfect. We can add ribbons to tie it on behind your back, so it's okay. So we're going to take our glue gun and just put some glue along the base here, just along here. Just careful not to burn yourself, and you're going to take that and you're going to stick it right to this little edge here, and we can fix everything up. So just first get it on and then we can start molding it to the actual bra. So glue it on this side and then over here, just so you have it based on. I'm going to do 2 layers of this ribbon and at the bra, and then lower it down to make kind of a bustier. And then we're going to add some of the other ribbon just along it. So you can kind of place it wherever you like. Not a big deal. Go with any design you like. So then we're going to glue this little end piece here and glue it right to the base. Kind of wrap it around if you got glue, so that you can wrap it right around to the edges there. We'll go back and do that to the other side. And like I said, if you don't want to use the glue gun so that the bra or the bathing suit's not ruined, you can just use little safety pins and just place them in wherever you need. And then you can reuse it again. Or you can sew it if you really have a lot of ambition and want to do that. Go right ahead. So what I'm going to do next, we're going to glue the middle section. And then from there, we're going to start pinning it down a bit more. So just put a little bit of glue right in the middle section here, and me just popping in from the future. So when you're putting the ribbon on, if you're a girly with a lot of personality, unlike me, I'm lacking in that department. So if you're a little bustier, when you lay the actual ribbon on, give it a little bit of extra space. Like, don't glue it really tight to the bra, otherwise it's gonna like suffocate you. So just give it a little extra room, so when you glue it, kind of like lift it up a little bit so it kind of like bubbles around the bra, if that makes sense. So just don't pull it tight across or it's gonna be squeezing you tight. All right, let's keep going. And just plop it down and get it to stick right in the middle, and then we can start forming it. All right, the first part's done. And so then you're going to take your ribbon and start cutting just to the bralette size here. So cut 2 little pieces, and then we're going to make bigger slices for the bottom after. And once again, depending how big your ribbon is, you might have to section it differently, or if you have a colored bra or bathing suit that isn't the same colors as the ribbon, you can definitely cover it more. I might cover mine a little less because this showing through isn't going to make a big difference, but you can definitely cover the whole thing in ribbon if you don't want any of the colors. Cut small little pieces to cover this, and then we're going to start filling it out down so it's more of like a corset type look, a bustier type look. So yeah, let's get started there. And as you've noticed, I've already taken my sweater off. I'm dying of heat. I have a few different chronic illnesses, which makes temperature regulation a real hassle. So I'm probably going to be in and out of a sweater multiple times in this video. Okay, let's get started with the cutting. All right, we have our first cut, and then you can just take that and lay on top of the ribbon to make your second cut so both sides are equal. Make it as simple for yourself as possible, and you don't have to be too precise with the measurements, because like it's just a New Year's dress that you're probably just gonna wear around the house. If anyone's looking too close, they're a pervert, tell them to back off. So if they can see that it's not perfectly even, that's their problem, and they should get away from you. Okay, let's cut the second. Oh my gosh, there's glitter going everywhere. Woo, that's what you get for getting dollar store ribbon. It's like I'm covered in glitter. I'm gonna be looking like a pixie for days. All right, we got our little pieces, so we're just gonna match it up. You can kind of overlay it if you want. I'm gonna kind of do it so it's like right even, so that it's like top on top. Yeah, and then I'm probably gonna fold this around on the other side of the bra and glue it in because I want one more piece of different color ribbon on the top that's gonna stay flat against the chest. So I'm gonna glue this down and then wrap it around. And voila, there's your first piece. And we're gonna tidy it up a little bit, and there's gonna be another piece of ribbon on top, so don't worry how perfect this looks here, because that's not really gonna be seen. There's gonna be another piece of ribbon going on top. All right, we're finished with that part, so we're gonna continue down with our ribbon, and I'm gonna make it more of like a bustier, so I want it to be kind of like at the bottom of my ribs. So for that, I think we're gonna angle it down like in a pyramid shape, so I think we're gonna take a ribbon and keep it a little bit shorter as it goes. I could be wrong. I don't make clothes, so anyone out there who does is probably looking at this laughing, being like, what an idiot, doesn't she, you know, you have to do it this way. I don't know. I'm just guessing. It's just a ribbon outfit. It's not gonna be perfect. So let's get a ribbon and start cutting. So we're gonna cut, I'm gonna cut it about the same length, and then I'll start making them a little shorter as it goes down to kind of make a little pyramid shape, make a nice little bustier. All right, so we got our next layer on, and I just glued it to the base of the other ribbon. So what you're gonna do to make it look a little nicer when it's on, see how that's straight across? We're gonna just bend it a bit, make a little triangle, so that it it's gonna flow a little nicer when it gets on. It's gonna have like a more like angled look. So yeah, you're just gonna tuck this up on both sides, like a triangle, so it's more cut this way. You just take it and glue it like that, then you'll have a nicer look to it. So now we have something that looks like this, and you see how tucking it made it a little bit more like seamless looking, not as straight, because if it just goes on straight, it's probably gonna look a little strange on your body. You want it to kind of curve like the same way your like ribs would go, so just curving it in a bit. So then when we go to the next layer, you're gonna make it a little shorter than this, or you can cut it to the same length if you're not great at measuring, and then if it's too long, cut it as you go. But just, you're gonna put another piece at the bottom here, and same thing, you're gonna tuck the edge, glue it on, and then once again, fold it over and glue it. And you can go as long as you want. You can make a full shirt. I think I'm gonna, just because I only have so much ribbon, I'm gonna stop at like the bottom of my like rib. Okay, let's do the next little layer. So this is how we're looking. Okay, and so I think I'm gonna stop there for myself because I have a pretty short torso. So like my ribs are ending here. So I'm gonna end it here with this color, and then just add one more layer at the bottom of like a different, more translucent, is that the word? Clear, sheer ribbon at the bottom. So it'll still be a little bit of coverage, but not the full thing. And then I'm just gonna add a little bit at the top. Once again, you don't have to do this. You can do the full color all the way through. I'm gonna use this color ribbon, and I'm gonna string it at the bottom and at the top. So I'll do the bottom first because it's more simplistic. So we're gonna do the same thing. Cut it along the same length as your last piece of ribbon, and we're also still gonna have to do the corners and fold up and glue that. Okay, so let's cut this and glue it on. All right, so we got a piece cut, and with this, how I'm gonna glue it is, I'm gonna take this piece of ribbon and follow it along our last ribbon line here. But what I'm gonna do for the triangle part, I'm just gonna take this and wrap it along it. So take this, fold it over into a triangle, so then glue that part there. Instead of having it all the way done and then making a triangle and glue it, just right away, turn it onto here, glue it, and then we're gonna just go all the way along it and kind of add it to the bottom of that ribbon there. All right, and do that to both sides. So flip it, glue it, and then we're just gonna glue it along the bottom. I'm gonna add a couple pieces to the top here. So same as what we did for these cup areas, we're gonna take our ribbon and just measure it to size, and then we're just gonna add a little piece over top and glue it on there. So with the extra piece of ribbon, if you want, you could take some ribbon and wrap it around the straps of your bra so that it's like covered and looks a little fancier. Or if you don't want them showing at all, you can just tuck them in and wear it as a bandeau. All right, so I just cut a long piece of ribbon for the back. So first I put like one end of the ribbon to the bottom of my corset, so one end, and then I pulled it all the way over to the next end. But you're gonna want it longer than that because you're gonna want to cut in the middle and have room to tie a bow. So go from edge to edge to make sure it's that length, and then probably give it like another like almost a foot just to be safe. You can cut any extra off, but you want enough so that once it's cut, you can pull it together and make a bow, okay? So just, you know, if you have to go longer, that's better because it's easier to cut and shorten it than not have enough. So get a long ribbon, and then we're gonna attach it to either side, and then I think I'm gonna cut it in the middle just so it's even and make it a bit easier. You're gonna attach the ribbon, not necessarily on the bottom, but on your bra this way, kind of on the side here, so it's sticking out from here. So not at the bottom, not along here. So it's gonna go straight in this way, and you're gonna glue it right here so it goes along your back so you can tie. All right, so we have our first ribbon on, and it's just laid across here, and this is going to be the one at the lower portion of your body, so this is going to be able to wrap around and tie. And you don't necessarily have to do the top ribbon if you don't mind like your bra strap showing. So if it's a really pretty bra like backing, you don't have to put ribbon over, but if you want it to look pretty or add like a little extra like coverage, you can add another string and put it right above it. So this is just here, like slightly lower, and then put the other one just above it by like an inch or so, just above here. And same thing, measure it a bit longer and then put it on and then cut it in the middle so that you can tie it. For now, I think I'm just gonna do the bottom one because I think that my hair covers most of the top part. So we're gonna try with just the one ribbon for now, but we might change that. All right, so we have it done. So let's go try it on.
Happy New Year, let's make it count. Leave the past behind. We go down.
All right, well, thank you for joining me. I hope you guys all have a great new year. Bye-bye.